Hello YouTube and welcome back to Sports Psychology Sunday. Today I'm having one heck of a hair day, but I still want to deliver something very important to you. And this is a lesson not only for athleticism, but for life as well, like I love to do with Sports Psychology Sunday. The way that mobility and balance is necessary for power works in this way, right? Almost all of you watching have probably the strength to do a one-legged squat, but many of you cannot. And the reason for that is this, right? When you go down on one leg, either your heel will rise or your leg and your hips have such inflexibilities that you lose your balance, or weaknesses compared to strengths, because oftentimes lack of mobility comes from a lack of strength in sort of vulnerable positions. So because the body, like I explained in a different video, has like ABS braking system, and it doesn't want to go where it is too weak to operate. So some people actually do very much have the mobility for a normal squat, but can't really get to depth because they are so weak that their muscles can't handle it. And then it will seem as if though they are too rigid, too immobile, but it is actually a lack of strength. And it all connects with each other, because balance requires as well complete strength. You lose your balance, you're not brain dead, you're not your nervous system is not so broken that you can't keep your balance, but the muscles and the neurons don't fire properly because they are not as trained. So mobility is sort of a dynamic interaction, right? Mobility gives balance, balance gives mobility, and these two, you can think of it in sort of a triangle. They are necessary for developing power, because the ball is an excellent example of this, where a lot of people, me included, especially when I started working out with these balls, noticed that as little as 12 kilos would be extremely heavy at the top. And that is simply because muscles and immobility sort of worked as a brake. So while it felt super easy to lift from sort of the chest up to just above your head, it would feel like something like 50 kilos at the very tip top. And this is something that I've had to work on to even have a chance of getting the 50 kilo ball over the bar, because even though I could do a lot with it and explode off the ground, I could not follow through at all. Now, I still haven't gotten the ball over the bar, but it is getting closer and closer and closer. And that is without sort of increasing my base push strength. That has, if anything, probably gone down. I haven't done any regular military press, overhead press, or bench press in a very long time. And yet, due to me sort of completing the chain and getting access to maximum mobility and balance, it is getting closer and closer. The same is true for life. I explained in a different video what strength is and how it is applying force and resisting force. And if you think of a literal mountain or a steel bar, this is very good at resisting force. And that is because they are very, very immobile, rigid, static. And strength, in a lot of ways, is being like a mountain or a steel bar. If you think about arm wrestling, a lot of strength actually comes from your arm being immobile, and you just lean with your body, and then hopefully the other person's arm follows down into the pad. But more and more, if you want to move things instead of not being moved, so the other side of strength, applying force, this requires mobility and balance. Because let's say, if you take an example, if you were extremely immobile and had no balance, then you could not push or move anything. But of course, if someone laid a car on you, you could resist it. Exactly like a mountain, it can also not move anything. It cannot be moved, but it cannot move. And any endeavor that requires power, so applying force explosively, you cannot be like a mountain. Because if you think about a super strong but very slow, immobile guy, yes, they have a lot of strength, but they cannot move anything particularly fast. And the parallel to life is that power also requires you to have balance and mobility. Mobility in both of the physical endeavor and in the endeavor of the world means that you are mobile and that you can apply force from any given direction or position. It doesn't require you to be in a prepared or optimal stance. Of course, in life, if you could symbolically overhead press 100 kilos while in the bottom of a one-legged squat, then you will have so much more opportunities and possibilities for success, right? So yeah, that is all for this Sports Psychology Sunday, and I don't know, probably next one or the one after, we will have another podcast, or I will talk about the pillars of athleticism. Now, we talked about 3 of them right now, so there's only 2 more, I do believe. Have a fantastic Sunday, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's video is an absolute banger. It's Motivation Monday, and I have tried sort of a new approach, and I hope you will like it. It's a bit, harsh, but we'll see what you think about it. Bye-bye.